This is a story of surrealist artist Remedios Varo. Remedios Varo was born December 16th in 1908 in Madrid, Spain. She is the daughter of Doña Ignacia and Don Rodrigo Varo. Varo's father was a hydraulic engineer and taught her to draw very technically. While she later referred to him as domineering and strict, he had a strong presence in her childhood and artistic life. Don Rodrigo was very creative himself and made an effort to take his daughter to museums and encouraged her creativity. When Remedios was 8, she started Catholic convent school, which was run by strict nuns. The rules and routine of Catholic school triggered Remedios' rebellion. While Remedios had a negative experience at convent school, her memories were later transferred into beautiful artworks which mocked convent education. This piece was inspired by Remedios' feelings of being locked up in school and having to follow suit. Rupture from 1955 depicts Varo's decision to leave her childhood institutions and traditions in her past and to embrace her own lifestyle. The Escape from 1961 was inspired by the freedom Varo gained by marrying Gerardo Lizarraga and moving away from her family. At age 12, Remedios made her first painting. It was of her grandmother. Her family was so impressed that they went against tradition and sent her to the most prestigious art school in all of Madrid, Academia de San Fernando. Usually such professional training was reserved for boys. At the academy, Remedios met Gerardo Lizarraga, whom she married in 1930. For a 21-year-old woman in Spain, marriage meant freedom. She could finally move out and not live with her parents and live the bohemian lifestyle she dreamed of. In 1931, the Spanish dictatorship fell and political violence broke out in Madrid. Varo finished her degree and she and her husband moved to Paris, France. In Paris, Remedios embraced the bohemian lifestyle and even refused to do dishes. She despised the idea of being a housewife and instead let her dishes pile up until her mother visited and did them for her. After a year in Paris, Remedios and her husband moved to Barcelona. After moving to Barcelona, Varo and Lizarraga broke up but remained good friends for the rest of their lives. They decided to remain married but have an open relationship, which broke many social codes at the time. Remedios had a fling with Esteban Francis, who was another surrealist artist. They both had a strong passion for the surrealist movement and together created a game where they would create figures out of collage as a team. Unfortunately, as time went on, the political climate in all of Spain continued to worsen. In 1935, a Spanish civil war began. Unfortunately, Varo's younger brother Luis died from the war conditions. Through surrealist connections, Varo met a new lover named Benjamin Pare. Pare was French and was very active in the Spanish political climate. He was a member of the Marxist organization in Spain that was soon declared by the government as illegal. To avoid punishment by the Spanish government, Varo and Pare fled to Paris. Francis was jealous of Pare and followed Varo to Paris. Pare and his friends were very involved in the surrealist movement. Surrealist men put a high value to young, innocent surrealist women. To stay relevant in the avant-garde circle, Varo started lying about her age by 5 years when she turned 30. She even changed her age on her passport. Male leaders in the movement saw women as inspiration and creative people, but never valued or considered them to be relevant in the movement for their actual art. Throughout Varo's life, she was in many open relationships. While many of her male counterparts were also in open relationships, she was judged particularly because she was a woman. One night in Paris, many of Varo's past and current relationships got in a fight. Victor Bronner suffered a head wound that caused permanent damage. In July 1939, the French government told everyone in Paris to leave. It was the beginning of World War II. Perret and Varo decided to stay in Paris, but soon Perret was arrested by the government for his communist beliefs. By association, Varo was also detained by the police in 1940 for several months. In 1941, Varo and Perret escaped to Mexico. They became friends with other surrealist artists who were immigrants. Varo became friends with Lenora Carrington and Frida Kahlo. She and Lenora became especially close. Lenora and Varo became best friends and saw each other every day. They both shared a love for the surrealist movement. They even had dreams about each other. In 1947, Varo and Perret broke up and he moved back to France. Her work began to become more personalized and her style became very distinguished. Varo's work is inspired by her childhood, her experiences, her dreams, her fascination with alchemy, and the surrealist movement. At the age of 54, Remedios Varo died of a heart attack in her home with her husband. While Varo didn't live to see her own success, her work has been displayed at many exhibitions and museums and continues to inspire.